Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lorraine. Today I'm gonna share 3 findings or tips that I've been having with relationships, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna work in your relationship as well. The reason why I'm doing this episode is probably based on the previous episode that I did about how not to kill your partner after you've been home with them over a year. Since we've been spending more and more time together, I realized there's some kind of ground rules there, or there's some tricks that we just need to follow or we've been doing that has been really helpful in our relationship. So today I'm gonna share those tricks with you, and hopefully you will find them helpful. So the first one that I want to share with you guys is about respect. First, of course, your partner need to respect you as a human being, and they respect your decision, they respect a lot of things in your life. But what I want to talk about is all those little arguments or something that you may not find is very easy to have the same agreement. So think about that. We are totally 2 different human beings growing from totally different environment. That one day we met, we decided to be together, and of course you're gonna have arguments, of course you're gonna have different habits. That's so natural. And when the time that we hit all those disagreement, or we have this kind of argument about, it's really silly. It's like, when you do stir fry, which one do you put in first? Do you put garlic first, or do you put veggies first? Where do you wash the first? Do you wash your hair first, or do you wash your body first? I know this sounds really silly, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys must have those really silly arguments in your relationship. What I want to share with you guys is that this is so common. This is so normal because you are just 2 different individuals that holds different values. How common or normal is that? But no matter when you have those arguments, what you need to do or what you can do is actually very important. Because I find it, instead of trying to persuade your partner with everything that you want to do or you want them to do, you may want to listen first. Because it's just different. We are all different, and instead of making your own speech, why not listen to them first? Because sometimes it's just what I'm saying makes more sense, so let's just go with my way. But sometimes actually it's not. It's what he said makes more sense, so let's go with his way. And I know it might be difficult at first, because I know most of the people is just running in your brain that you always want to be correct. But after a long time, you may feel it may not be the right or just a long-term sustainable way in the relationship. In the relationship, you want both parties to contribute the same as the other. So try to listen to them first, and then maybe compare those 2 ideas or some, like, whatever the argument you are having, and then go for the one that will suit both of you the best, and then just stick with that one, and voila, you fix one problem. And the second one I wanted to say is we need to be grateful. The longer time you spend with each other, or the more you know about each other, will make you take the other one for granted unconsciously. Because it's been happening with a lot of people around me, and I totally understand it's true, because you just get used to this person in your life, and that's it. That's your life with this person doing this thing for you. But I don't really necessarily think this is very healthy. So what I'm always thinking is that you shouldn't take me for granted, no matter how much I like you, no matter how much thing I'm doing for you because I like you. So what we're doing actually is to ask each other's question when we feel we are taken granted. So when you ask a favor from your partner, you could ask yourself first, did you take me for granted? And if yes, I don't really think that's very healthy. It's a really good thing to ask yourself or ask your partner before you ask them a favor of, did you take me for granted, or do I take you for granted? The more often you ask the question, the less granted you take each other, and the more grateful you feel about each other, and the more appreciate you feel about each other. And another habit that we've been doing is actually giving each other 3 forehead kisses and saying 3 tiny things or big things, it's up to you, about the thing that you feel grateful for your partner. No matter how tiny or big that thing can be, just say it out loud and make sure your partner knows that you are really grateful for them. And the third trick is actually quite similar, like one of those tips I shared in those how to not kill your partner during lockdown. And I do feel that's really important, is to give yourself time alone. You need to stay alone by yourself. The longer time we spend with each other, we tend to feel lost, and sometimes we even tend to put the other one in front of you. For me, I really need some alone time to be just maybe in the flat or maybe just out for a walk, but I do feel like those different occasions are really necessary. I really do think that you should take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. And sometimes when you get lost, no matter in a friendship or in a relationship or in any kind of relationship with your colleague or anybody else, the longer you stay, the more lost you could be. And I know there are really great people who can really stay who they are and knowing what they do in the relationship, and there are also some people who got lost in this relationship. So I'm suggesting you to leave your time alone and just make sure that you take really good care of yourself before you do this to anybody else. I've been with my boyfriend for almost 3 years. It's not really a very long time, but we've been learning, we've been just making progress. We had fight, we had arguments. We've been through all the different things that every couple is been through. So I hope all the 3 tricks that I just shared could help you to realize actually quite easy to stay in the relationship for a really long time. And I hope that's what you want. But everything is based on my experience. So if you have some really good idea, leave in the comments below. Let me know how you make these things go through and how you deal with everything in your relationship. And I guess that will be today's video. I will see you next time. Bye!